They tried to delay you, not destroy you, no. That would have been too obvious. They tried to slow your rhythm, weaken your belief, exhaust your spirit. They tried to place invisible chains on your mind and call it reality. They whispered, "Not yet." They insisted, "Maybe later." They repeated, "You're not ready." But what they never understood was that delay is not defeat. They thought time was their weapon. They thought waiting would make you weaker. They thought uncertainty would make you surrender. But they forgot one thing. Pressure doesn't destroy diamonds. It creates them. You. Remember those nights, don't you? The silence that felt louder than noise. The clock that seemed to mock your patience. Every second stretching like a test of your faith. They smiled when doors closed in your face. They nodded when opportunities slipped through your fingers. They watched as plans collapsed, as if they were spectators waiting for your final fall. They thought delays would drain your courage. They believed time would make you doubt yourself. They assumed uncertainty would make you forget who you are, but they never saw what was happening. Inside you, while they celebrated your pauses, you were building endurance, while they questioned your worth. You were sharpening your focus, while they underestimated your silence. You were mastering your mind, because sometimes life doesn't deny you. It prepares you, and preparation feels like delay to those who don't understand. Destiny got. They expected frustration. They expected complaints. They expected you to quit halfway. Tell me, did they really think you would abandon your own journey? Did they really believe your story was so fragile? No, you stayed quiet, not because you had nothing to say, but because your actions were preparing something louder than words. You walked through uncertainty. Like a traveler crossing a storm. Every step felt heavy. Every breath felt tested. Every moment felt stretched between hope and doubt. But something inside you refused to break, even when progress was invisible. Growth was happening, even when results were silent. Strength was forming, even when nothing seemed to move. Everything was changing. They saw stillness, but they didn't see transformation, because transformation often happens in darkness. Seeds don't grow under applause. They grow under pressure. They grow buried beneath resistance. And just like those seeds, you are not stuck. You are preparing to rise. Every delay carved patience into your character. Every obstacle trained your discipline. Every rejection sharpened your direction. Because delay forces clarity. Delay forces strength. Delay forces evolution. They thought time was your enemy, but time became your teacher. While they rushed for quick validation, you built something deeper, something stronger, something unshakable. They chased approval, you chased mastery. They chased comfort, you chased growth. Growth is never comfortable. You learn to walk alone. You learn to trust your vision, even when no one understood it. You learn to hold faith in silence. You learn to move forward without applause. And that terrified them, because they realized something. Delays didn't stop you. They refined you. You became calm where you once felt chaos. That you became focused where you once felt distracted. You became disciplined where you once felt uncertain. You stopped chasing fast victories and started building lasting power. Tell me, what scares your doubters more than your success? Your patience. Your patience tells them something dangerous. You are not temporary. You are inevitable. Every delay they celebrated only gave you more time to grow stronger, more time to become wiser, more time to become unstoppable. They wanted you tired, but you became resilient. They wanted you frustrated, but you became strategic. They wanted you lost, but you became focused, because delay didn't distract you. It directed you. While they moved fast without direction, You moved slow with purpose, and purpose always wins. They began to notice something strange. You stopped reacting emotionally. You stopped seeking approval. You stopped explaining your vision. You simply continued. Quietly. Steadily. Powerfully. Like a storm forming beyond the horizon. Invisible at first, but impossible to ignore when it arrives. They wondered, why are you still trying? Why are you still believing? Why are you still moving forward? They thought delays would make you question your worth, but delays made you discover it. They thought delays would make you insecure, but delays made you independent. They thought delays would make you weaker, but delays made you wiser. Because when success arrives too quickly, character doesn't have time to develop. But your story was never meant to be rushed. Your story was meant to be built. Brick by brick, by lesson, scar by scar, because strength is not given. Strength is earned, and you earned every ounce of it. Every sleepless night, every silent tear, every lonely step forward, you earned this growth. You earned this clarity. You earned this power. They thought they were delaying your success, but they were actually extending your preparation. And preparation creates dominance. Now look at you. You no longer panic when things move slowly. You no longer fear waiting. You no longer chase instant results, because you understand something they never will. Greatness takes time. Mountains are not built overnight. Oceans are not filled in a day. Stars are not born in a moment, and neither are legends. You stopped asking, why is this taking so long? And started asking, what is this teaching me? And that question changed everything. Because when the lesson becomes more important than the timeline, nothing can stop your progress. You began to see delays differently. Delays became training. Delays became discipline. Delays became protection. Protection from wrong opportunities. Protection from wrong people. Protection from paths that looked attractive, but led nowhere. Sometimes delay is not denial. Sometimes delay is redirection, and redirection leads to better destinations. You started noticing your patience becoming power. Your silence becoming strength. Your persistence becoming proof. Proof that you are not controlled by circumstances. You are guided by vision. They started feeling uncomfortable, because while they remained the same, you evolved. While they stayed distracted. You became focused. While they complained. You adapted. Growth created distance. Distance created clarity. And clarity created confidence. Now they watch you differently. Not with amusement, but with curiosity, because the person they tried to delay is no longer the same person. You became calmer. Sharper. Stronger. You no longer rush. You no longer chase. You no longer beg for opportunities. You create them, because patience gave you perspective, and perspective gave you control. Now imagine this moment. Everything finally starts moving. Doors begin to open. Opportunities begin to appear. Progress begins to accelerate. And suddenly, all those delays make sense. Every pause protected your timing. Every obstacle refined your skill. Every setback strengthened your mindset. You realized something powerful. If everything had happened earlier, you wouldn't have been ready. If success had arrived sooner, you wouldn't have appreciated it. If opportunities had come faster, you wouldn't have sustained them. Delay was not punishment. Delay was preparation. Preparation for something greater than you imagined. Now, you move differently. You think differently. You respond differently. You carry peace where stress once lived. You carry certainty where doubt once existed. You carry power where fear once whispered. Because now you understand. Nothing meant for you can miss you. Nothing aligned with your purpose can be stolen. Nothing written for your destiny can be erased. They tried to delay you, but they couldn't deny you. They tried to slow you, but they couldn't stop you. They tried to discourage you, but they couldn't break you, because your belief became stronger than their doubt. Your patience became stronger than their pressure. Your vision became stronger than their opinions. Now look how far you've come. You survived confusion. You overcame uncertainty. You mastered waiting. You conquered doubt. And through it all, you discovered yourself. You discovered your resilience. You discovered your discipline. You discovered your unshakable spirit. Now nothing intimidates you, because delay taught you endurance. Delay taught you faith. Delay taught you control. Control over your reactions. Control over your emotions. Control over your direction. And when you control your direction, no one can control your destiny. They may still talk. They may still watch. They may still doubt. But their opinions no longer define your movement, because you are no longer seeking validation. You are embodying transformation, and transformation speaks louder than explanation. Now, when life slows down, you don't panic. You prepare. When results take time, you improve. When progress feels distant, you persist, because you understand something powerful. Delayed does not mean denied. Delayed means developing strength, developing wisdom, developing greatness. So if they tried to delay you, thank them, because delay gave you patience. Delay gave you clarity. Delay gave you power. Power that cannot be rushed. Power that cannot be shaken. Power that cannot be stopped. Now you walk with confidence, not loud, but undeniable. Not rushed, but unstoppable. Not desperate, but destined, because time didn't work against you. It worked for you. Every second shaped your resilience. Every moment strengthened your mindset. Every delay refined your identity. You are no longer afraid of waiting, because you know your time is coming. And when it arrives, nothing will be able to replace the strength you built in silence. Nothing will be able to imitate the discipline you practiced in darkness. Nothing will be able to compete with the patience you carried through uncertainty.